Bandwidth limit exceeded. To continue surfing, please call now and upgrade your package.
You know, we joke a lot, but the sad truth is you could hear this message very soon. Once again, your freedom is at risk. Big internet ISPs and the government are trying to take away more of your rights than usual. But you can do something about it.
That's right. It's super easy to do. Both of us went to battleforthenet.com today, and we made our voices heard. Battleforthenet.com has everything you need to know about the net neutrality movement, and it has everything.
We're sorry. Your internet provider has deemed this content unsuitable for viewing in your area.
Go to battleforthenet.com.
Please make your voice heard. Make a difference.
Evening. I am Alistor Spiravet. Welcome to...
Where did everybody go?
That's what you call a ding-dong ditch. Welcome, radical listeners, to Retro After Dark. We're back in the Spook House Radio game room, here to take another trip back to the past. Tonight we have some news, a special gem from the early days of the internet, and more questions from you lovely people. So, sit back with your big, huge bowl of cereal, and we'll be back in just a moment.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Say what?
Oh, yeah!
Say what?
Can I do that?
It is Sunday night, and that means something to us. Ryan, how you doing tonight, man?
Much better than earlier.
Yeah, so Ryan and I have both been kind of swapping sickness back and forth. Now, don't get me wrong, not the same one. We're actually about an hour apart, but except when we're in the spook house, I mean, of course, naturally. Any which way, it seems like every week one of us has it or the other, doesn't it?
All right, it's this weather.
It is.
You know, it's great.
I don't like it. It's not fair. It's trying to impede upon our show, and that's not acceptable. I am Dale. Let me say, go ahead, Ron. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm so ready for spring that I almost can't stand it.
Yeah, but you know what? Then we're gonna have the allergies kicking so hard that it's almost not fun to be alive. So
How about summer?
Yeah, there you go. It's give and take. So we'll take summer, and the fall's pretty good too. I like fall. I didn't used to like fall, but I don't know. Now that I've grown up, I'm like, yeah, I don't like severe things anymore. I like mild. So fall kind of fits in there, you know. It's fun though, right? It's you know what's fun about fall? Halloween.
That's it.
How can you hate a season that's got Halloween in it and Thanksgiving? As a matter of fact, doesn't that still fall into fall?
It does.
All right.
It's a very fall holiday.
Yeah.
It's one of the most magical times of the year because
Fall.
I like spooky things and I like to eat.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect, isn't it? Like the beach is great, but you know, it's embarrassing when you're out of shape or whatever. So it's one of those things. All right. So you know what? Let's do something new and let's date our show. It is Sunday, January 21st, 2018. And we're doing Retro After Dark, and this is awesome. We appreciate all of you tuning in with us, and we hope the show's entertaining. We've got some really fun, goofy stuff to do tonight. Hopefully, you know, it's something you like. We're kind of taking a gamble on this one. We're doing something really ridiculous. Wouldn't you say that's a fair assessment?
Yeah, I think that's fair.
We're going to kind of do the Mystery Science Theater thing with a 90s internet a coaching video. It's talking about kids and the internet and things. So it's really goofy and it's going to be a lot of fun, we think. So with all of that out of the way, Ryan, give us some news.
All right, let's see. So what do you remember Mad Cats?
Absolutely.
I was going to say, you know, what is your opinion of them? Because I think guys our age and gals, of course, remember Mad Cats as the crappy 2-player controller you would pull out of the drawer. You know,
yeah, it's true.
When your friends came out,
the subpar steering wheels, things like that. Yeah, they're very second rate, or at least they were.
and they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what people our age remember them as.
We're old and ornery.
For slightly younger folks, you know, Mad Cats, they came back hard and they established a high quality for themselves, mainly with their arcade sticks. My Mad Cats arcade sticks are probably some of the finer ones I've ever owned. They're really top-notch stuff. And you know, they dropped the you know, let's make a cheapo controller thing, and they went for high quality builds.
That's amazing. When you know, I think you should see eventually that, well, you know what, our product sucks. People are saying so, at least. Let's do the right thing and put out a quality product.
Yeah. So do you want to be, you know, the bargain bin? You know, we make all our money just because it's the cheaper alternative, or do you want to shoot for, you know, here I've got first party stuff, and then here's my like my high quality, like serious gaming stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the image they were going for. So
Yeah, but it seems like they used to be like third party. They just skipped tier 2 altogether.
there we go.
It's like first party. The second party would be the not made by Nintendo or Sega, but professional, good quality stuff. And then you have Mad Cats, Retrobit, things like that. No offense, Retrobit, but I've had too many things of yours break on me, and you're not the only company, so it's fine. It's not fine, it's not, but it is what it is. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Where was I?
I have no idea. I sidetracked you.
You did. So yeah, they started listening to feedback, from competitive gamers and things like that to get an opinions of what they want to see in a high quality product. So the short end of the story is they had turned themselves around and made a brand of themselves being high quality.
What about that?
Then something bad happened in March of 2017. They went bankrupt and had to close their doors. Excuse me.
I had it ready tonight, so it had to happen.
So what happened was their management banked hard on Rock Band 4 being this huge thing. And so they became, I think, the exclusive developers of the new band equipment that you could buy for Rock Band 4. But, as fun as those games were, back when they first started hitting the scene, I think they got burned out pretty fast.
Yeah, they feel gimmicky. It's like Dance Dance Revolution. Like, it's nifty, but you can't sit around and casually play like Rock Band.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to Rock Band parties and things like that, but where they were bringing out so many of them so fast, and there were so many competitors. There was Beatles Rock Band, Rock Band 2 and 3, and I want to say there
Guitar
was like
Hero,
Yeah, there's the Guitar Heroes. I want to say there was like a 90s grunge rock band or something. There's like 20 different versions of this thing, and they're all coming out within like 6 months of each other.
Right.
They burned it out fast. So anyway, unfortunately for Mad Catz, they banked hard on this being a big new thing again, and they became like the exclusive developers for the Rock Band 4 stuff. So that stuff, of course, people are still tired of that. So
yeah,
all of that stuff sat on the shelf, and it essentially, they put so much into that it bankrupted the company, which sounds insane to me. Like just putting all of your stock in a single game like that.
Yeah, it's not like you're the exclusive rights owner to, I don't know, Super Mario, Legend of Zelda. That's a big gamble in the first place.
Right.
It'd be like cashing in all your chips on VR. Like, it's so sketchy right now. It's dangerous.
Yeah. I mean, it's looking pretty cool, but it could be the next Nintendo Wii.
Yeah, it could. It's true.
Thing. But anyway, so they went bankrupt, but now they're coming back. And what I think is great about this story is it's the factory workers and the people that actually like put this stuff together. They've brought the company back, and they're like, we're running the show now. And we're going to make the products that we want to make. So essentially, they've just kind of cut the whole management. They cut all the suits out of it.
Well, that's not a terrible thing.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. So they were at CES, and they showed off. They're bringing back their rat mouse. It's like a gaming mouse. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Their gaming keyboards and their Freak headset, like gaming headset and things like that.
Yeah,
all of their newer high quality stuff that they've become known for in their later years.
Right.
They're definitely not going back to the crappy, here's little brother's controller or whatever.
Mm-hmm. That's good though.
So they didn't have any fight sticks to show at CES, but they said that they are working on that.
Mhm.
I think they're what they like to do, and what they'd done in the past was they actually went to Capcom and got like the Street Fighter license. So, you could get a nifty arcade stick with your favorite character on it, and it was officially licensed, Street Fighter brand.
Mhm.
So I would imagine they're going for that again, or approaching some other companies to do. But I'm excited about their fight sticks coming back. That's going to be a good thing.
Yeah,
but,
sounds awesome.
Even more than all that, I'm just excited to see a company come back from the dead and cut the suits out of it.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Like,
the people that have actually done the work and made this money for you, let them call the shots.
Yeah, take the politics out of it. Take the people who don't even know what they're talking about out of it, and let the people who do handle it.
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that. I have bad memories of Mad Catz from my childhood.
Absolutely.
For said reasons, but I love my arcade sticks that they did. So we've had like a bumpy road, love-hate relationship kind of thing. So I'm excited to see what they do in the coming years.
Yeah, sounds awesome.
So that's it for that story.
I want one company to make all the rest have to do better.
That's it.
Because Retrobit and now Mad Catz and companies like that, they can all get away with doing whatever they want because there's no real competitor.
Right.
Well, nobody that's doing any better than they are, at least.
No, I think the problem with the companies like Retrobit is, they're going for that cheap cost.
Right.
So you can find that replacement. Unfortunately, it's the same situation. It's like, well, I've got some friends coming over. We're going to play Nintendo later, and I need another controller. I'll just grab this thing. It's $10,
Yeah,
but
that's definitely it.
From what it sounds like, from their CES presentation, I think Retrobit's about to turn themselves around too.
Good.
Because the Sega stuff that they showed off, it's got the Sega license on it, and the price point is going to be, you're looking like $30 a controller, and apparently they're completely correct to spec for like the Saturn and everything.
Right. That's just so important.
I'm excited to get one of the Saturn controllers just to play fighting games on PC.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's one of if you're going to play on a pad, like that's the best pad there is for doing it.
Yep, I agree.
I hope they come back strong, and I hope they continue to raise their quality.
I concur.
Retrobit too, they've kind of got that Mad Catz past about them.
Mm-hmm.
As you've said, some stuff is just craps out for no reason.
Yeah, Retrobit, and then the people who do the Retron systems. Like, come on, folks. For the prices, I'm not sure. I can never recall, to be honest with you.
Oh, that's a Hyperkin.
That's it. The other one, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of their stuff. It always just, like you said, it just breaks for no reason.
It does. I've had both. I've had systems from both, and they've both ended up just nothing but garbage.
Yeah,
it's a shame.
Collection of plastic.
That's it. Mm-hmm. Well, let's do something good this year, people. Let's do it. And more bad news, essentially. Nintendo have unveiled Nintendo Labo. I'm saying that fancy, but it's just Labo. A fascinating hybrid of buildable cardboard toys, games, and experiences that use every inch of the Switch. A cardboard remote controller, car-powered entirely by the Joy-Con controller's precise rumble, a fishing rod complete with line, an interactive dollhouse, and even a fully functioning piano.
Wow, these sound so cool, but what's the catch?
The catch is they're all cardboard, and they're going to cost you, it's looking like $70+ for like your little variety pack. The robot pack is more than that. For cardboard, people.
See, I saw the idea, and I'm like, wow, these are some really cool ideas.
Mhm.
Like, the items themselves look really fun to play with.
Right.
And I thought, it's just made out of cardboard. Are they gonna like just sell you the sheets of cardboard so you build it yourself, or
Mm-hmm.
can you get the instructions online just to grab those Amazon boxes from Christmas and
It's a mess.
No, I see. I saw these videos. I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I bet it's gonna be like super cheap accessories, like they're looking to get around the price or something like that. Nope.
Right, like how long can you expect it to last and the price? Come on.
But see, here's what's happening is Nintendo is self-aware of the Nintendo boner.
Oh, sure. Absolutely they are.
I don't know if Nintendo has this entire fan base that I don't think they could honestly care less about Nintendo, but they know that Nintendo, they are okay in supporting scalpers.
They know it and they just don't care.
Yeah. And that's what this is all about. That is the only reason why these cardboard things cost $80. I know it comes with a game card, but so you can do it on your Switch, but their profit margin is probably insane on those game cards.
Oh yeah.
It probably costs like $1 to make a game card.
Mm-hmm.
So that's did any of the Labo things like catch your eye?
No. Now it's because I saw the price along with it.
So you saw the price up front.
Yeah,
like,
if I hadn't seen the prices up front, then maybe. But once I saw those, forget about it. Forget about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I was saying, like at first it's like, hey, this is a cool way to like have these new accessories for your game system,
Mm-hmm.
but completely sidestep the cost
Right.
of production with having to make like plastic gear and stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll pass the savings on to us, but nope, they are
Of course not.
They are banking on that Nintendo name brand.
Yes, they are.
And people will support that. If you go out,
They will.
If you go out and pay them $80 for these sheets of cardboard and instructions to build your own thing, you are supporting actions like this. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, you're allowing all these things that are horribly wrong to continue. So don't.
Yeah.
But if you choose to, April 27th this year.
But no, it doesn't matter anymore. I mean, Nintendo could go down to the river and start boxing up rocks and be like, this is the Nintendo rock. And people would buy it up. These Labo things are going to fly off. They're going to be completely sold out. You heard it here first.
It's true, they will. But don't do it, folks.
Doesn't matter.
Don't do it. All right, well, that's all I got. We could rant on that forever, but we may as well not. We have fun stuff in store.
Yeah.
So why don't we hit a break and get to some fun stuff, Ryan?
That sounds good. I want to have some fun.
Let's do Send Us Off. You sent us off to break a couple of times last show, and it was fun. It was different. So why don't you say your piece here that you're trying to get out that I'm talking over, and then send us the commercial?
I'm trying.
You're trying.
All right, guys. We'll be back in just a moment. We're gonna listen to some promos, and when we come back, we've got something fun to listen to. So stay tuned.
Are you trying to juggle work and family responsibilities?
Even making time for our TV kids isn't easy.
Lack of time may make you feel guilty, but there are things you can do.
Call your kids from work just to say hi.
Schedule time to be together and give them your full attention regularly.
Make time for heart-to-heart talks and let them know that you love them.
A little time together can go a long way in bringing a family closer, and your family matters.
Hey, Dale.
Have you ever wanted to meet a real-life Ghostbuster?
You mean like my favorite, Winston Zedmore?
That's right. This October, you could meet superstar Ernie Hudson in person at this year's Conapalooza, happening October 12th through the 14th at the Metaview Convention Center in Kingsport.
Kind of sounds too good to be true.
It isn't, and there'll be lots of other guests too. Collectibles to buy, video games to play, and tournaments to enter too.
What would you ask Ernie Hudson?
I'd ask him to do the Scream from Ghostbusters 2.
Ernie Hudson is amazing.
But now we can tell him that in person, and we can get him to sign our Winston action figure.
Where? When?
That's at Conapalooza. And again, that's October 12th through the 14th this year. For more information, visit Conapalooza.com.
New WWF figure. Give me the power of Hulkamania, the knockoff Prince of Virgil, the audacity of IRS, and the madness of the Macho Man. Collect new WWF figures now. Sold separately. Dig it?
So we've got a 90s internet video, don't we, Ryan?
That's what it is.
It is. And it's going to be ridiculous. So won't you sit back with us and enjoy? Because it's going to be fun. I've already kind of listened through it some, and Ryan hasn't. So shall we begin, Ryan?
Yeah, let's check this thing out. I want to learn about the internet.
Let's learn. Here we go.
Mark, get set. We're riding on the internet, cyberspace, set free. Hello, virtual reality.
Interactive appetite, searching for a website, a window to the world, got to get online.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Hey there, it's us again. This is my brother Peter, Mom and Dad, and I'm Dasha. Today, we're going to be showing our friends, Andrew and Lisa, the basics of the internet, and we thought you might want to come along.
It'll be cool.
Now, here's a little background. When we installed internet access on our computer, I got the whole family involved.
It's true. Everybody had their own tasks to do.
It was a lot of work, but it was really worth it.
Now that I've gotten on the internet, I'd rather be on my computer than doing just about anything.
It's really cool.
The internet gave us a whole world of exciting new possibilities. So I guess this is a story of how it changed our lives. Maybe it will yours too, with the Kid's Guide to the Internet.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
As Rich told you, we installed the internet on our computer just a short time ago, and I haven't been able to get the kids off it ever since.
Not only do they play the typical computer games that all the kids enjoy, but their curiosity for learning has skyrocketed. Peter is constantly quoting sports statistics, and he can tell you the best surfing spots around the globe.
Not to mention the improvement in Peter's grades, and Dasha's too. Having the internet in our home has had a great impact on our lives. Rich keeps up with the stock market and our investments, and I'm able to pay the bills in half the time it used to take me. And the kids are improving in their grades and communication skills.
Which makes me happy, as I would sure like them to go to college someday.
Don't worry though, it's still cool. The program is by kids for kids, and it's not just for boys either.
You'll learn how the net can entertain you and take you to far-off locations and meet new people.
And at the end of the tape, I'll be back to tell you how to safeguard your computer so that you can reduce your concerns about the kinds of websites your children can visit. You never can be too careful.
And to help out if requested, though I doubt she'll be asked.
So let's get underway.
Yeah.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
So, what's everyone up to today?
Well, Linda Emerson called and she asked if Dasha and Peter could help Andrew and Lisa learn about the internet. She's trying to get Bud to get the internet at home.
Okay, now don't forget to keep it simple for your pals, you two. You guys have learned an awful lot, even though you've only been online a couple of weeks.
That's the great part, Dad. It's so easy to learn and so much fun to play on.
Yeah, Dad. Peter doesn't even have to help me anymore. I did my report on the Mississippi River all by myself.
Hey, you know how to spell Mississippi with one I? M-I-S-S-I-S-S-I-P-P-I. You know, I've been able to read some of my favorite cooking magazines online. I've even gotten some great gardening tips, too.
No wonder you guys are always so busy on the computer.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Come on in. Hi, guys. Dad's just leaving, and Mom said we can have the computer all to ourselves.
Hey, Andrew, what's up?
Hi, Mr. and Mrs. Jameson. My mom wanted me to ask you guys to call her. She wants you to tell her more about the internet and why you like it.
Yeah, and you've got to tell her that we really need it for homework. But don't tell her about the games and stuff.
Even though we know that's what you really want it for.
I'll tell you what, I'll call her. Now, you make sure Dasha and Peter show you how they've done some of their school reports and not all that cybernet stuff, okay?
See you later, kids. I'll be home early.
Bye.
Take a spin, now you're in with the techno set. You're going surfing on the internet.
Okay guys, the first thing that you need to know is that the internet is amazing and it's changing every day. Once you've learned how to get online yourselves, you'll start seeing web pages everywhere. TV shows have them, schools, Disney World, even the White House.
What's a web page? Something ducks walk on?
Ha ha, very funny. No, it's the name of the different sites you can look up on the internet.
Hold on, sis. Let's start at the beginning like Dad did with us. So Andrew and Lisa will be able to persuade their parents about the internet with some important facts.
Good idea, Peter, but where do we start?
Let's start with the basics first. There are 3 important services you can access on the internet. Surfing the World Wide Web.
Surfing? That sounds pretty cool already.
Andrew, don't interrupt. Go on, Peter.
Then there are news groups to share information with people, and then there's email.
Email? I heard that's really neat. My cousin has a pen pal in Sweden, and they write back and forth, and it transmits right away and doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, you can even talk with people all over the world on chat lines.
Don't they have chess games and stuff like that, too?
Yup, they got more stuff than you can imagine.
So, where should we start?
Let's start with web pages. So first you need to know that everything on the internet has an address, and all web addresses start with http://. Then to access the World Wide Web, you type in www.
And the next thing you'll type will be specific, directing you to a particular website, like MTV. Or you can just surf the net using a search engine to help you locate information on any topic you can think of.
For instance, I used the World Wide Web to search the archives of the Smithsonian Museum a few weeks ago. I also had to do a homework assignment about the Wright brothers for a history assignment.
Can you show us what you found?
Sure.
First plane the Wright brothers flew?
Yup, they called her the Kitty Hawk.
So that means we can visit most any museum in the world without even leaving home?
Not just museums, you can go anywhere on the net and access resources from around the corner or to the most remote regions of the world.
Now that's amazing.
So where else can we go?
Want to write a letter to President Clinton?
Would he answer us?
I bet he would.
Let's tell him how much we love the internet and that he should try to get more computers for our schools.
But how do we even look up the White House?
You type www.whitehouse.gov.
It looks just like it does in our history books, only it seems more real, like we're there.
Is this like sending email?
It is sending email.
Dear Mr. President, my name is Peter and my sister is Dasha. Our friends Lisa and Andrew came over today. Sincerely, Andrew, Lisa, Peter, and Dasha.
Wow, that's really neat, but how can we get the internet on our computer at home?
You're going surfing on the internet.
Remember how Dad said we should start with the basics first?
That's true. Well, to get started, you'll need to get connected to the internet. You do that through an internet service provider.
An internet service provider? What's that?
It's a service that connects you to the internet through special super high-speed lines. Your parents or teachers can help you figure this out for you.
The easiest way is to use an online service provider. They give you free disks to install, and it only takes a few minutes until you're online.
And we can do it ourselves?
Yeah, you'll be led through a series of screens for the installation of the software. They make it simple, and they even have a helpline if you get stuck.
You'll need to type in your name, address, and credit card information. Be sure to ask your folks for permission to use it.
But the one thing we learned is that if your computer is having other problems, make sure you get them fixed first. Otherwise, if you're having problems when you're installing your internet disk, you won't know where they're coming from.
So we install the disk and we could go online immediately.
Does your computer have a modem?
I think so. My grandpa bought it for us. It has all the latest high-tech stuff.
It sounds like it should be pretty easy for you then. But you might get your folks to help just to make sure everything's working okay.
Yeah, because I remember when Dad installed ours, he backed up all of our computer data so that if there was a problem, it wouldn't get lost. And then there was something about fragments or something?
That's right. Dad had to defragment the disk too. I'm not really sure what that is, so you better get an adult to help you with it.
You're going surfing on the internet.
Well, now it's time to get online through our internet service provider. Here we go. To get online, we need to type in our password. Since your internet service provider is like your own post office box, you need to access it with your own private code. Now we need to open our browser.
What's a browser?
It's an application that allows you to access all of the different information on the internet.
Microsoft Internet Explorer came with our computer, but you can download it by typing www.microsoft.com.
Or you can download the other popular browser, Netscape Navigator, at www.netscape.com.
Okay, so tell us, what does download mean?
That's simple. It means to transfer a file of information from a main computer or server to your computer. So once you have loaded your browser or already have it on your computer, you'll open it and it will give you a selection of search engines.
What do search engines do?
They search the net looking for the information you requested.
Cool.
So that's how you get connected to the internet. And the search engines will show us all the millions of pages of websites and chat lines and games and everything?
It's all right here at your fingertips.
How do we decide which search engine to use?
They all have similar information, but they organize it differently. Everyone has their favorite, right, Peter?
Yup. The search engines identify different categories and topics. When you decide what you're interested in, you click on the topic from the menu, or type in a specific web address or word to identify a particular topic. Then the search engine links you to your selection.
Yahoo! I've heard of that. So it's a search engine, right? Can we look at it?
Sure. We just click on it, and the next thing you know, we'll be surfing the net.
Wow, look at all the choices.
Let's look at Yahooligans for Kids.
Okay, so where would you like to go now?
Surfing the net.
Okay, first we need to select a topic from the menu. Where would you like to go?
Let's check out astronomy.
That's easy. What's next?
I need to do a school project on ancient Egypt. Would they have anything on it under countries?
Let's see. First we check around the world. Next, countries, and there it is, Egypt.
amazing. They have everything I need. Look, you can even write your name in hieroglyphics. Can we try it?
Lisa, right?
Right.
Okay.
Can we do something fun? Maybe play a game?
Well, let's bookmark the page so we can find it real easily. Let's go back to the Hooligans homepage and find a game.
They sure have a lot of them.
Too bad we don't have time to play them.
You're right, Dasha, but the tour was awesome. I can't believe how easy it is to surf the net. So let's review a few of the concepts we've been working on, just to make sure I understand them. First, we need to get an ISP, or Internet Service Provider. It connects you to the net through high-speed lines. Then, I download or install a browser that allows me to view all information on the net in my computer.
Right so far?
Then I open my browser to a choice of search engines that look up menus of almost anything I can think of, whether it's my project on Egypt or Andrew playing games.
It sounds complicated, but really it all happens behind the scenes, so it's easy for you. And you're right, you can find anything from planning a vacation to MTV or real-time live audio. The net is fabulous.
What are web addresses?
All websites have addresses, even the ones we just looked at. So if you know the address of the site and you want to go directly to it, you just type in the address.
The web addresses follow a simple format.
As I mentioned before, they all start with HTTP as the beginning of their address. Then additional information helps the browser locate the address you've selected.
For instance, the other day we typed in the address for Cape Canaveral.
But where did you get that?
We just figured it out. Look, I'll show you.
A lot of addresses are easy to guess. If they're very well-known places, they probably just use their name. And then you only need the last identifier. The typical abbreviations go like this: .com for commercial, .gov for government, and .org for organization.
I can't believe how easy it is to get onto the internet. When you hear my parents talking about it, it sounds like it'd be so hard.
I told you it was cool.
You're going surfing on the internet.
I saw something about news and current events online. Can you look up newspapers too? We always have a social studies test on current events.
Yep, the internet has news lines that give you up-to-the-minute information from the Los Angeles Times, CNN, the New York Times, and the Wall Street Journal.
Again, you should bookmark these locations in your browser so that you can go to them really quickly, like we did before.
Hey Andrew, what about that report you have to do in science class about light and what makes colors?
Oh, I was trying to forget about that. But I think it will be fun to look it up on the net.
I just type in light and color and see what we get.
At least you don't have to study the anatomy of a frog like we do. Can we look at my frog too? I can get a head start on my homework.
I'm so glad we don't have to dissect them like they did in the old days. do that. Show me so I can come back to it later.
Lisa, either we're gonna have to get Dad to install the internet right away, or have Mom take us to the library to use it.
And I'm sure Mom will talk Dad into it, since she hates chauffeuring us everywhere.
And there's so much more you can do.
Hey gang, here's a cool site you want to check the next time you're going to the movies. They have hundreds of movie reviews and it's free too.
Also check out the latest on TV.
Nick at Night, cool.
Swim all the way. Aloha, Wilbur. Look, no hand. This isn't live.
It's all starting to make sense. You just typed nickatnight.com.
Hey, you said you'd show me the MTV website. Would that just be mtv.com?
Yep.
Said you could order concert tickets over the web. Is that true?
Sure. My mom ordered tickets from the net to take me to the Russian ballet for my birthday.
And here's another neat thing you can download off the net. Free screensavers.
Really? Show me how to do that. I hate the ones we have at school. Speaking of parents, our mom is going to be here in a few minutes to pick us up.
Well, quick, before you go, this is one your dad will love. It's sports news, and they have all the latest stats and scores. My dad usually looks up www.sportsnetwork.com.
That would be a good one to show Dad. Then maybe he'll get us the internet at home.
And that's not the only site with sports information. There are tons of them. email is still the #1 use of the internet. It's easy to set up the email program provided with your online software.
And it's really easy to use, too. You just type in the name of the person you're sending it to and your message. What could be simpler?
And here are some places you can get free email: www.juno.com and www.mailzone.com.
What about if I want to do my own homepage?
Now that's a big project. You'd better get someone to help you.
But you can get a head start at www.cnet.com, Central Hands PageMail.html.
Hey guys, Andrew and Lisa's mom's gonna be honking any minute. Better pack up your stuff.
Thanks, Mrs. Jameson.
Oh, you're welcome, Andrew. So, did you learn anything important today?
Are you kidding? I can't go another day without the internet. Peter showed me how to look up all the information I need on my school project about Egypt.
Great.
We looked up school stuff and MTV. It was really cool.
Well, good. I'm glad you got some of the important stuff done before you went to the games and MTV, Dasha.
We did, Mom. We looked all over Egypt, Cape Canaveral, dissecting virtual frogs. We've been very busy.
Well, I'm sure your folks will get it for you soon enough. I know we just love it. The kids are on it all the time between their homework and games, and I use it for new recipes and gardening tips. And Mr. Jameson gets up-to-the-minute stock reports, and I could go on and on. But you better get going before your mom wonders what you're doing.
That was definitely cool. Thanks, dude.
Absolutely. See you on the net.
Call me the minute you get an email address.
Okay.
And Andrew, we can play interactive games on the net together.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.
You're going surfing on the internet.
As a parent, I've never been happier than when my children ask their friends over for an internet computer party. I'd like to add a word about safety, though. You have to remember the internet is not a regulated environment, so the quality and accuracy of various informational offerings can differ quite a bit. There may even be a concern if your children should access some of them. So, go online with them on the net. Or set your Microsoft Internet Explorer browser to only accept G-rated sites.
Well, how did our kids do as cyber teachers?
Oh, they were big stars, of course. Oh, but honey, did you know you could dissect a virtual frog on the internet? Ooh. Oh, did you get those Rolling Stone concert tickets? And the whole family can go, right? I mean, you can buy tickets online.
I don't know. What do you think, kids?
Yeah! Surf's up. See you on the net.
Megan's not been herself lately. I don't know what's wrong. It's like she's combusted or something. She'll say something and then all of a sudden she's not even here anymore. What can I do? Do you know someone who's combusted? Do you fear you may? Is that what happens to John Cena? Seriously though, we shouldn't make fun. We're interested in why this happens and would love to hear your take on it, so come join us every Friday night at midnight on Spook House Radio.
Jonathan Switcher
I'm Sex.
loves to talk to his work.
You know, you're the first thing I've created that made me feel like an artist. Don't you like your new scarf?
He never expected
Not especially.
to hear it talk back.
I really think I'm going crazy.
I am so glad you're working here. I never thought they'd hire anyone stranger than me.
You're the only one who can see me like this.
To the rest of the world, he's a disaster.
You're fired.
And she's a dummy.
You were one sick puppy.
But together,
Hey, don't do that.
You weren't so shy when you were creating me.
You weren't so real.
they make magic.
Look at him with the dummy.
Who are you to criticize? That new stock boy, and I just want you to keep an eye on him for me.
I think I'm gonna handle things my own way. All the girl mannequins disappeared from the windows last night. Film at 11. Yes, my dear, your favorite. She is gone too. Get him!
Mine's bigger than yours is! Go get him! You are magic.
He's talking to the dummy again.
Andrew McCarthy, Kim Cattrall,
You know I would never bother you when you're getting a piece of wood.
Mannequin,
The DeLorean. Gull-wing doors rise effortlessly, beckoning you inside. The sleek, stainless steel DeLorean. Beautifully crafted for long life. The DeLorean is one of the most awaited automobiles in automotive history. Drive the DeLorean. Live the dream today.
All right. That was interesting. I hope we all learned a little something about the internet, this newfangled technology that puts the knowledge of the world at our fingertips. Or maybe not. I think that video was more of a, not really for kids, but to make an effort to sell the internet to your parents. It's like, look, we can work on our school reports and not look up questionable things on the internet. All those lovely things we used it for. So yeah, that was fun. So coming up now, we've got a song for you, and it's called "Jump Up," and that's by the Rusty Tea Makers. So we're going to listen to that first, and then when we come back, we're going to do a few listener questions that you guys have sent us. Dale is still with me. He's running the booth right now, but he had to step away to tend to a kiddo issue. Daddy's work is never done around here. So when the kiddos call, we've got to step out of the spook house for a moment. So for right now, let's go ahead and take that musical break. Again, that's Jump Up, and this is by the Rusty Tea Makers.
No, I should go right now. I'm gonna come back, but now I'm gonna jump. I'm gonna jump down.
Hey!
jump the fuck up. You're gone, motherfucker. Jump the fuck up, jump the fuck up. You're gone, motherfucker.
Every day, the Facebook is making it easier for people to live, cleanse, work, and play.
Hey, Alan, ready to go kayaking? I'm just finishing up here connecting with my friends.
Communicating with your friends on your computer?
Yeah, I just got the Facebook.
Sounds fun. Listen, I can't go kayaking.
What?
I've got to send something for my mom's birthday. It's tomorrow. And call a coworker to see if she'd like to grab a drink.
Well, hey, we can take care of that before we go. It's easy with the Facebook.
The Facebook can do all that?
How about just clicking on your mom's profile and saying happy birthday? It's the same thing as sending her a package.
Call now for the Facebook, a new way to use your computer to communicate, boost, have fun, and get instant news and information.
The comment has been posted.
How long have you had this?
About a week. And it's so easy. All you do is point and click.
But how does it work?
All you need is a computer, a regular phone line, and they give you 10 free hours to check it out.
Call now for your free The Facebook Startup Kit and get free software delivered directly to your home.
Simply ship a few photographs to the Facebook, they'll cover the postage, and an operator will set up your profile.
That seems really easy.
Now, let's look up your coworker. What do you want to know? What her favorite movies are, what college she went to, her faith, her relationship status.
You can find all that out with the Facebook?
Yeah. You can read her thoughts about the weekend before you see her on Monday. Make your friendship official with a friend request. You can even send her an event e-invitation to get a drink.
Call now and get instant access to the worlds of friends, games, hairs, and entertainment.
Here come the .jpegs. I just saved you a trip to the beach.
That's great. Any way I can get a physical copy of that photo?
That's great. Call the toll-free line and an operator will send you copies of any photo you want. You can even have a photo printed on the side of a mug. Drink your coffee at work in style.
I'll keep that at home. So how do I get the Facebook?
Well, that's easy too. You just call the 800 number after we go kayaking.
I gotta check this out. But what about my privacy?
Just go to your module, configure settings, cleanse. It's no big deal.
Call 1-800-614-3434 right now for your free The Facebook Startup Kit with free software.
Hey, Spook House listeners. We're trapped here in the Spook House with Todd the Ghost, and in order to help him move on, he needs more of your stories. The spookier, the better.
Hope you're enjoying the show tonight. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us. But the fun doesn't have to stop there. If you head over to MidnightSpookhouse.com, you can download all the old episodes and listen to them as you want. Also, feel free to use the contact link and send us your messages. We might read them on air. Once again, head over to MidnightSpookhouse.com. And now, Retro Letters After Dark with Ryan Katsopoulos and Del Tanner.
All right. I need to decide what my favorite .jpeg is so I can get it put on the side of the mug. I'm going to get on that after this. I got a lot of floppies to go through. All right. So let's take a look at some of your questions that you've written us in about. Sifting through the paranormal ones, let's look at some with more of a retro feel to them. Okay, this first one comes from Jamie. What is your favorite non-video game and non-action figure kind of toys when you were kids? I'm talking yo-yos and stuff. Thanks, Jamie. So non-action figures or video games. I think we spent most of our time with that sort of thing back then. But I had a Rubik's Cube kick for a while. I never figured out how to solve all of the colors at once. I could always get like one or two, and then it would just scramble the whole thing. So that got frustrating after a while. I was a big fan of Magic 8 Balls too. I don't know why. The dare I say technology behind it is really kind of silly. But there was some magic to it when you were a kid. So, and as we know from that one episode of Rocko's Modern Life, you can kind of leave your entire life's choices up to your Magic 8 Ball and find success. You could become the CEO of a big conglomerate of your own. Just listen to the Magic 8 Ball. I know Dale was into wrestling buddies. Those were the little it was like a I don't think the term plush existed back then, but I guess that's the best way to put it now. But they were kind of like stuffed animal versions of the wrestlers, and they were made specifically for you to wrestle them, throw them out around the room, and practice your own super moves on them. So I don't know if that falls in the same category as an action figure, but that answer there. So good question. Thank you, Jamie. Let's see. Do you guys remember GAC? I wish they'd bring that stuff back. And that comes from Saloon. Thank you, Saloon. So official GAC is no more, but you can always make your own, and it is really, really easy. Actually, the easiest way to find out would be to just go to YouTube, and there are literally hundreds of tutorials on how to do this. But it's just a simple mixture. I recommend the methods that use borax in it. Elmer's glue is a key ingredient. One thing I will share here, I don't have a recipe, like on hand, because I'm just looking at these questions. But you definitely, for this to work, you need to find the or I guess I should say avoid the non-washable kind. And those are getting harder to find, because the school system would prefer, the washable, I guess it's Elmer's Glue Light, I guess you could say. So you want to look for the traditional Elmer's Glue for the concoction to work. But I've done it several times with my kids, and it is literally Nickelodeon GAC, like the same things that came in those star-shaped little plastic containers. Really great stuff. And again, it's super easy to do. It's not terribly messy. I think the messiest part of it is, if you want it to be colored, you need a couple drops of food coloring. But yeah, it's super easy to do. So GAC is I guess kind of gone officially, but it doesn't have to be forever. So great question. Thank you, Saloon. Let's look at one more here. Let's see. Did you guys ever get into the Pokemon craze? And that comes from Misty. Misty from Pokemon? Maybe. So I don't think Dale did. We've never really talked Pokemon, but I know it's not really his thing. I wouldn't say that I jumped full on into the craze. I got a copy of Pokemon Blue at some point. It that one time. I did my Pokemon journey, and that was it. Fell to the Pokemon Go craze when that was hot.
Introducing Great Moves, a great new party game.
Start making those great moves, great moves. Don't stop till you're done. Just keep getting, making all those great moves. Great moves make great fun.
great moves. A spin tells you what part of you makes the great moves. A card tells you what to draw.
Getting up and getting into great moves makes parties such great fun.
Great moves!
Well, we're all out of orange-flavored Tang.
Golly, the grape flavor's gone too.
Listen, why don't I go to the earth and get some more?
Yeah?
I could trade them some rocks.
Rocks? For an instant breakfast drink with more vitamin C than orange juice?
Sure. I'll be right back.
What is vitamin C anyway?
Well, I'm back.
He got both orange and grape flavor Tang.
For a bag of rocks.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I wonder if there's intelligent life on that planet.
All beef patties, pickles, sauce, lettuce, cheese, and this pickles, no.
Pickles, cheese, oh.
Lettuce and onion, sesame, all seed bun.
I think they're describing a big...
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Say that again.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, onions, pickles, onions on a
McDonald's Big Mac, the big sandwich with the great big taste that everybody's talking about.
sesame seed bun, and we forgot the onions.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did say onion.
Are you sure?
It said onion.
All right.
2 all beef patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
McDonald's Big Mac, the great big sandwich with a great big taste.
Special sauce, lettuce, pickles, cheese. Hey, that's a
Big Mac.
You deserve a break today at McDonald's.
Where your dollar...
Now you can play most all the video games you'd ever want to play. Introducing the Sears Cartridge Telegame System. Over 150 video games, all on cartridges. This cartridge of 27 target games is included. But you can get more cartridges that have tank games, space war games, blackjack, speedway, over 150 video games so far. The Sears Cartridge Telegame System. Sold only at Sears.
All right, we're back again. I've got one more listener question for you, and then we'll wrap things up for the night. This one comes from Misty, and she asks, "Did either of you ever get into the Pokemon craze back in the day?" So I know that Dale did not. I know Pokemon wasn't really his thing. As for me, I don't think I would actually call it falling, headlong into the Pokemon craze myself. I did come upon a copy of Pokemon Blue, and I heard this was a big thing going on, so I decided to check it out. I basically played through the story of it. I didn't really grind out any Pokemon to, have a competitive team or anything like that. My brother was much bigger into the Pokemon scene and did a tournament or two, I believe. But it just wasn't really my thing. When Pokemon Go came about, I did get into that because that was I think that's a little different because that was a fun way to get outdoors and meet new people, which I did, at the park and in town here. I met a couple of new friends, just out wandering around, staring at our screens. So that was a lot of good fun. I missed that. I hope that something else will, get the masses out in the park again at some point. I don't know if it'll be Pokemon Go. I think its time has passed, but it was a good time for what it lasted. So, yeah, that's about it on Pokemon for me. I played through Pokemon Blue and did Pokemon Go for a hot minute, and that was about it. So, great question anyway, though. So that's all of our questions we have for tonight. I want to thank everyone again for tuning in and listening to that program with us and listening to us ramble. It's always a good time with you guys. That's why we do it for you. So be sure to tune in to Spook House Radio Live coming up Friday. Again, that's going to be our artificial intelligence episode and promises to be a lot of fun. It's a very deep topic. And then, of course, on the following Sunday, we'll be back here again for Retro After Dark Live. So until then, check us out at midnightspookhouse.com for more. And we are on Twitter as Spookhouse. This is the webpage. There are plenty of places to find us. Find us online and say hello. Send us an email. Our email address is on the site. You learned how on the first night. So again, guys, I'll stop rambling, and I hope you'll join us Friday for Spookhouse Live. Good night, everyone.